Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So today we're going to be doing some drugstore dupes for high-end makeup products. I'm pretty sure you guys love watching drugstore dupes and finding dupes and saving your money, because why not? So I have some good dupes for you guys today. Hopefully some of these you can take away and buy the drugstore version of and save your money and not get the high-end version. So I'm going to be showing you guys a few dupes. I don't have a full face of dupes this time, but I still have some nice ones. And can you even tell that I'm wearing one side drugstore, one side high-end? You can't even tell. Let's just jump straight into the video. So let's jump straight into some dupes. So this one I might have shown before, I'm not sure, but it's a great dupe. So I'm going to prep my eyes with an eyeshadow base, and I'm going to be using the M.A.C Soft Ochre paint pot, which is the yellow one. This one I've hit pan on, and it's basically a really creamy eye base. And I'm going to be doing this side of my face, which is my right, which will be your left. And I'm going to be doing that as the high-end side. So I'm just going to apply that all over my eye. And then we have a really great dupe for this one. And then for the dupe side, we have the E.L.F Putty Eye Primer in the shade Cream, which is basically the same thing. It's a very creamy eyeshadow base. It's also yellow toned. And yeah, it's pretty much more than half the price. So if you're looking for a good eyeshadow base, something to cancel out redness, something that's going to make your eyeshadow pop, that's going to last long, then you're going to absolutely love this one, because it's so much more affordable. It's not as creamy as the M.A.C one, but it's pretty much the same product still, so you can work with it. And if you really warm it up, then you can get it really creamy. Now that the eyes are prepped, we're going to go straight into eyeshadow. So this one I think is a great dupe that I found. So I'm going to be going in to the high-end side with the Huda Beauty Toffee Brown eyeshadow palette. I did do a full review on this palette, and this is what it looks like. It has these beautiful, rich, warm tones, bronzes, a nice yellow. And then for the left side, which is the dupe side, the California Love palette from Colourpop. Technically, this isn't like drugstore, but then a lot of people say it still is. So I mean, you guys can take it how it is, but it's still an affordable palette for pretty much a dupe for the Huda Beauty one. And this is the Colourpop California Love palette. So I mean, if this doesn't scream like this palette, then I don't know what does. You guys can see pretty much like a complete dupe. I'll show you a few of the dupes. So we have like a nice dark matte brown, that's from the Huda Beauty one. And then we have this one right here, which is pretty much the same as well. It does have a little bit of shimmer, but I mean, you can see right there, this nice light gold down here from the Colourpop one. And then from Huda Beauty, we have this gold down here. This one's a little more orangey. This one's a little more light gold. Pretty much gonna do the same thing. Just one is a little bit lighter, one's a little bit darker. We have more of a matte, like reddish brown. Same with this one here. Then we have that one. So the Colourpop ones do have a little bit of shimmer in them, but yeah, it's just a great, alternative / dupe. And I can't wait to just play around with it on the eye. So let's just jump straight into it. From Huda Beauty, I'm going to first go into this shade right here and put that in the crease. And of course, I'm going to be using different brushes as well. And this is like a nice warm brown. I can't wait to see how these dupes are going to perform against each other. And for that, I'm going into that shade for the Colourpop one. Okay, this is a little more orange. I think once we add the browns, we'll make it work. And what I will always say as well is dupes don't have to be completely identical. As long as you get like that same effect, you still have that sort of bronze palette, and you can pretty much create, similar effect. And then taking that dark brown, deepen it up even more. So we're going to hide that warm toned brown and make it even more smokier. Now I'm taking Cruising, which is also a dark brown. Doing the same thing. Wow, these are so like identical. The first brown shade wasn't as identical, but like these, oh my god. So we have something like that. And for the Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to go into this one right here, which is like a nice rose bronze. That one right there. And I'm just going to, look at that, apply that on the lid. This is so shimmery and glittery and so pretty. It's actually looking a lot more gold when you put it on the lid, but in the pan it looks a lot more, you know, pinky. And then for the Colourpop side, we're going to take this one right here, and this one is called Gold Rush, no, Diego. And apply that on that side. Okay, this is an awkward finger, 1 second. They look so similar, and they're both so sparkly. Look at that. That is crazy. I love that. So I think I'm gonna leave it pretty much at that. I might go in with another shade right here. Let's go into this, which will also be this one right here, just to add a little bit onto the lid. This one is called Gold Rush. I'm going to take a tiny more of Diego and just pop this to make it a little brighter, because it lost a little bit of that shimmer. The eyes are done. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, like I said, you get a lot more shades and pretty much it's the same color story, the same layout. The quality is still there. And again, I'll just show you guys like side by side. I don't have a mascara dupe, so what I'm going to do now is just quickly apply mascara and I'll be back to do the face. Moving on into foundation, this one's a good one. So for the high-end side, I'm going to be going into the Too Faced Born This Way 24-hour matte foundation, and I did have another dupe for this as well in my previous dupes video, but I found another one and I absolutely have been loving this foundation. It's such a great matte foundation, even if you have dry skin as well. It's not going to cling to any dry patches. Love the coverage of it, and it literally does last a long time. It still transfers, because I feel like no foundation is transfer proof, but it's a great matte full coverage foundation and I've been loving it. So why not find another dupe, because when I do run out of this, I mean, I don't want to pay the money sometimes, and I like having something, you know, that's more affordable that does pretty much the same thing. It's a nice yellow tone. The only thing is with the dupe that I have, it's not the exact same shade, so it might look a little bit off, but then I'll make it work with concealer and stuff. I mean, just look at this foundation. This foundation is matte, it's medium to full coverage, it lasts all day, claims that it is waterproof, transfer proof, sweat proof, and looks naturally skin-like on the skin. Like, it's not supposed to look cakey, it's not supposed to, you know, look too heavy, even though it is full coverage. And the foundation dupe that I have is pretty much the same claims, and that is the E.L.F Flawless Finish foundation. So with this one, same thing, medium to full coverage. It's not completely matte, but it does dry down to like a nice natural satin matte finish. It has the same sort of finish and claims with this foundation, where it just looks seamless with one go, and it, you know, evens out the skin tone, and it looks smooth, and it's not gonna, you know, look patchy, anything like that. So my one is in the shade Pearl. But this, when you see like the finish and the coverage, the way it just sets on the skin, like it just goes on exactly like the Too Faced one, and it dries down like the Too Faced one. Pretty much the exact same coverage. This foundation also claims that it is sweat proof. The way it blends flawlessly into the skin, hence the name, Flawless Finish. It just looks so good. And of course, like, they're not the same shade, but like the finish, the formula, it feels as creamy and liquidy as the Too Faced one. I'll do a little close up, you guys can see. So for bronzer, for the high-end side, this side, I'm going to be going into the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in the shade Bronzed, which looks like this. And this is a really great matte, smooth bronzer. And the dupe that I have is like the same shade, but not only is it the same shade, again, the formula is, you know, super matte as well and smooth. And it's such a great price. And this only has 2 shades. Can you believe that? The Urban Decay one. Whereas the drugstore one maybe has like 10 shades, maybe even more. So for the dupe, we have the XX Revolution bronzer in the shade Demo. Beautiful again, warm toned bronzer. It's not so warm where it looks orangey, it's almost kind of cool toned as well. Now I'm taking the XX Revolution, and you guys will see how smooth this goes on as well. This one I feel like is even more pigmented. Okay, but they literally look the same. Let me take a little more of the Decay one and just warm up a little more. For those of you who like pink blushes, this is a good one. Now, I have like a crusty old NARS blush that is falling apart. Like the packaging completely fell on me, broke apart on me. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And this is a blush duo. So I'm going to be going into the shade Desire, which is a beautiful matte pink. And you can see it right there. It looks more sheer when you blend it out. So don't worry about it being too bright. And for that, well, I'll show you the dupe in a second. So I'm just going to go straight into that, the NARS blush. And just apply that to the apples and sweep back. This is a beautiful pink blush. If you're looking for a good, nice high-end blusher, the NARS ones, I'm sure everyone knows about the NARS blushes. They are so nice, but especially the matte NARS blushes. I'm not a fan of like their shimmery blushes. Like NARS Orgasm is nice, but a little too shimmery. But the matte ones just look so beautiful on the skin. So this is again in the shade Desire, and I have a really good dupe for this one. For the dupe side, we're going to go into the Wet n Wild Colour Icon blush in the shade Pinch Me Pink. This has a tiny bit of shimmer, but you can barely see it once it's on the cheeks. It's more matte than anything, and as you can see, it's a really nice bright pink as well. And watch and see how beautiful this pink is as well. Nice bright pink. Oh, I absolutely love that. Look at that. I think I went a little too heavy-handed, so what I'm going to do is just take a sponge and just blend that in to the skin. So now for my highlighter, I'm going to go into one that I absolutely love, and that is the Ofra highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive, or Rodeo Drive. So this is a beautiful, nice light gold. It's a beautiful light gold, and one that I found that is very similar to it. It might not be completely identical. Actually, it might. I need to try it on the skin and see. That is the Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Golden Flower Crown. Just going into the Ofra. Wow. I forget how beautiful this gold highlight is. Like such a beautiful gold shade. Not too gold, but not, you know, too dark, too light. It's just like the perfect gold that just melts into the cheeks. Look at that. So that's what that one looks like. And then we're going to go into the Wet n Wild highlighter, Golden Flower Crown. Oh yeah. This is beautiful as well. Again, like that same gold that just melts into the cheeks, into the skin. I feel like this is a little more on the gold side, but nonetheless, beautiful gold highlight, both of them. Let me know what you guys think. So you guys can pretty much see that golden glow all over. So pretty. But I'm just taking the light brown and just applying that on my lower lash line, and then I'll apply mascara, and then I'll go into the same similar shade in the Colourpop one. For lips, I have a really nice one. We have a MAC lipstick dupe, and the shade I'm going to go in with is Honeylove, which is a matte, beautiful matte lipstick. So this is MAC Honeylove. Beautiful kind of peachy brownie nude. And then we have the NYX Shout Loud Satin lipstick, also a comfortable creamy like matte, and this one is in the shade A La Mode. If that is not like pretty much the same shade, look at that. And on the lips you're gonna see. Let's go in with the MAC on one side, and then the NYX. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me all your thoughts down below. I mean, can you even tell that one side is different than the other side? I absolutely love how it came out. I'm so shocked at these dupes. Like, some of these were identical and then some were just like a smidge off. But you wouldn't even be able to tell. Like, can you tell now that both sides are different? You couldn't, right? If I didn't tell you, or like if you didn't see this video, I feel like you guys wouldn't be able to tell. Like if I was doing another video and I was wearing this look, like you wouldn't even be able to tell that I was wearing one side high-end, one side drugstore, you know, different products. So that just goes to show how crazy it is that you can find identical or similar products for, you know, more than a fraction of the price or a fraction of the price. So let me know your thoughts down below. I hope this video was helpful, enjoyable. I hope you got some dupes out of it, and let me know if you want to see more like this. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified of my new videos, because YouTube doesn't like to show my videos for some reason. And I hope everyone is staying safe as well. Give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.